Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel which is English Literature with Himanshi Vats. I hope you all have watched all the previous videos. In this video, I am here with new explanation of a sonnet written by William Wordsworth, which is It's a Beauteous Evening. Before starting the analysis of sonnet, it's very important to know about the background of the sonnet. It is a Beauteous Evening is a sonnet by William Wordsworth written at Calais in August 1802. It was first published in the collection Poems in two volumes in 1807, appearing as the 19th poem in a section entitled Miscellaneous Sonnet. Until that Friday, 21st May 1802, Wordsworth had shunned the sonnet form, but his sister Dorothy's recital of Milton's sonnet had fired him, and he went on to write some 415 in all. It's a Beauteous Evening is the only personal sonnet that he wrote at that time. Only other writers in 1802 were political in nature and dedicated to liberty in 1807 collection. The sonnet describes an evening walk on the beach with 9 years old daughter Caroline. Wordsworth reflects that if his young daughter is seemingly unaffected by the majesty of the scene, it is because, being young, she is naturally at one with nature. So let's move to sonnet's explanation. Line 1. It's a beauteous evening, calm, free, much like what Wordsworth suggests when he is being tossed and drunk by love, and he says that this is holy time, this is the evening, calm and free, is quiet, but it's quiet as none breathless with adoration. So immediately in the natural perspective, that was a world, that was what is creating here there is religious sense. Even though there is no church around and no priestly class around, he is looking at the natural world, that they are walking together and saying that this is like a nun's at adoration. And then he says the broad sun is sinking down in tranquility, and so you have got the sun sinking in the ocean, the evening, the world around quite settling down. Notice that in that section of the poem we got the normal structure of the Italian sonnet, and then in the third line he does something interesting which is called caesura. Caesura is a sudden stop in the poem where we got the line come to a sudden end, and he does this couple time. It is says that the holy time is quiet as none, breathless with adoration. The broad sun is sinking down, its tranquility. Notice that stop that occur. There is a third line in the middle of fire line. It's called caesura, cut in the middle of line, and he cut that a couple time in the poem. Later on it sound like thunder everlasting, or dear girl, dear child that walks with me here, those cuts are called caesura. Or notice also that he then takes the idea in that third line and he runs it into the next. So he says the broad sun is sinking down, its tranquility. That he takes the subject and put it at the end of that third line, and the verb is now in the fourth line. Whatever poet does that when he runs one line into the next with the idea of the sentence, we call that enchantment. So we have now the term caesura and enchantment, and he is reflecting here as he walks alongside his young girl. His daughter was with actually did have a daughter by a French woman, and he had to leave both his common law wife and his daughter behind in France at one point, right at the dawn of the revolution, and go back to England himself. And he is reflecting here as he walked with the daughter in France before he left, about the tranquility of the evening and gentle of it all. And then he says to her in the second quatrain, he says, listen, mighty being awake, that is the being is being the deity is awake, and he is eternal motion. He makes a sound like thunder everlasting all over. It's that he has the volta addressing child directly, dear child that walks with me here, that you appear to untouched by solemn throughout. You are still young, you haven't thought about solemn deep things. But your nature is not therefore less divine. You saw this divine nature in you lie in Abraham's bosom all year long, because you are holy thing, you are a human person. And it's here that he takes the image of religion that he brings up at the beginning, the line of the nun's priestless adoration, and he makes it so that the religion is no longer part of unofficial church. Rather, Wordsworth is suggesting that this young girl worshipped at the temple in a shire at the very heart of what it means. Being human being, she sees the world and see it as beautiful and lovely and peaceful and calm, and always as through she is herself young as she is none, breathless with adoration, that he begins at the beginning of the poem. Sonnet. What he is suggesting, I think, by extension, that is our appreciation of the world around us, appreciation of those beautiful things that are given to us themselves, like church or like religious experience. God is with us even when we know it is not, we don't have a formed church that seems to be suggesting, but rather the church is something that we have in us whenever we see the world around us, that is beauteous evening, calm and free. I'll meet you in next video. Till then, stay safe, stay happy. Bye.